everyone, Jackie back again with another project for you. I am jmccreates.blogspot.co.uk and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. I live in Northern Ireland. And today's project is going to be this. These are mini milk cartons that I have made in lots of different things. I've made them from Stampin' Up and I have made them from the stash. And the thing that differentiates these from ordinary is I've put an insert inside for the eggs. Okay, so I measured the egg, created the insert and then created the box around it. Okay, now the insert is tight, it fits exactly, so you might have to coerce it, but I prefer it like that. The last egg box I didn't like the way the egg was loose. The insert was too loose, the insert moved about too much and therefore the egg moved about too much, and I didn't like that at all. So this time back to the drawing board and I've done it the way I like it, and I hope you'll like it too, of course. So what did I use for these? Sweet soiree papers, teeny tiny sentiments, classic label punch, enamel stars, a good day green glimmer paper and silver foil. Okay, and what inspired these boxes was I went into our local pound shop during the week and I found these lovely little Easter eggs and these Easter egg hunt eggs, and my mind just went into overdrive, like I'm sure many of you do, and I came up with 4 boxes. Okay, so this one is a bundle of love paper, the dies from my stash, the 1 3/8 punch and 1 1/2. The dies, that die and this die are from Petals and More dies. This little die cut here is from my stash. The Happy Easter is from Teeny Tiny Sentiments and the gems are from my stash. Sweet soiree papers, die from the stash, different size punches. Okay, and the paper, the insert matches the paper, so I've told you about that one. And this one is So Saffron card and Petal Passions paper, and the rest of these things are just for my stash. But today's one is going to be, a Stampin' Up one. Okay, and I'm going to use the springtime foils. I'm also using the Teeny Tiny Sentiments. Let me see, I have a load of stuff. Yes, I'm using die cuts from the Petal and Pears, but I've already done my die cutting and stamping because I use an e-bosser. I'm using the Sweet Treats from Teeny Tiny Sentiments. That's the Good Day, the bunny I used. And I'm also using today, I'm using Magical Day, and I'm using the mermaid, and I've stamped it, embossed her in gold because I have cataracts, I can't see very well, not well enough to colour anyway, so I've stamped and embossed her in gold and I've used a matching die to cut her out. Okay, right, let's do our scoring first. Now you can do this on a piece of 8 1/4, but it leaves you with only a 1/4 inch tab. And if you're okay with that, then just the measurements are just the same, you just have a smaller tab. So you score the long side at 2, 4, 6 and 8. Now this is pretty strong paper, which is why I'm doing it twice. Turn it to the left and you score it at 2, 4, and 5 1/4. Okay, and that is your main piece done. And for the insert you need a piece that's 5 1/4 by 2 15/16. Okay, and you put it in the short side and you score both sides at half so that you don't have any 1/16 of an inch measurements to do. Now in this way you do have 1/16 of an inch to do, and I'm going to show you how I do it. But first of all you score at a half, and then you mark at 2 7/16, which is 2 8, which is that one there. Okay, just before the 1/2 inch. Okay, and then you're going to take that and put it in, excuse my head, and put it in at the 6 inch mark. Okay, and score it. And then you're going to keep it in there and score at 6 1/2. Okay, turn it round to the other side and score it at a half, so that that 7/16 is the only one that you have to deal with. Okay, that's the easiest way I have found to do it, so I hope it works for you. Now this insert is slightly tight, so it is, and I'm not sure that this very vanilla card is very thick, so you have to persuade it down into your box. And I decided to go with it slightly tight because the last one I made was this, and the insert moved about, and then therefore the egg moved about, and I didn't like that. I wanted it to stay at peace as much as possible. So the last one was a bit loose. I thought that might be better, but I've changed my mind. I prefer it tight, so I don't mind having to coerce it into the box if it fits tight. Okay, so we're just burnishing all our score lines. Had a very stressful day yesterday and today, so I'm trying to de-stress. Although I have my beautiful grandson, and he made me feel much better. He's away home now though. We keep him overnight every Saturday night. This tiny left hand rectangle is going to be cut out completely, and when it gets to the first score line you just miter it off. Okay, and then I'm going to go in and take each one of these bottom score lines off. You have 4 large squares. I'm going to take each one of the score lines in between, all 3 I'm going to take off completely, because, and I'm cutting it from this side because I can actually see it better on this side. I like the score lines off. It's something I picked up from Sam at Mixed Up Craft, because it makes it tidier. Sorry, I was concentrating there. Yes, cutting the score line out leaves the bit that's left behind slightly tidier, I think. But if you don't like, if you're not bothered, or you're making a batch of them, just cut right up the middle. Does the same job. And then I just go to the other side and cut them off. Fold back and cut it off. Fold it back and cut it off. Okay. Right. Now you have to figure out which is your back and which is your front. This is going to be my back bit. So these 2 sides here are going to be my sides. So, oops, sorry about that. Bring your scoreboard back in. Which way did I say? It's going to be my back, that one. So these 2 here The second one and the fourth one are going to be my sides. So what you do is in the second square on the actual score line, you go in at 3, but you don't score, you just mark at 3 on that score line. Just feel your way down and mark at 3. And then it's the same on this last one, you only at 7. Just feel your way down to the score line and make a mark. Okay? And that's all you do. Right, then you want to that one there, mark. You want to score from that notch you've just made down to the corner, the bottom right and the bottom left hand corner in that rectangle. Okay, so there you go. Your second rectangle has it a triangle in it now, and it'll be the same in your last rectangle. You will score a triangle in it, and that's just of course your sides to go in much neater. Some people, if it's thin paper, you don't need to really do that, but I don't think, but I prefer to do it no matter what I'm using, because I like my stuff neat. Okay, so I'm going to course that back that way a little bit, and then encourage this to go in. It's going to go that way. And the same there, just encourage it in. And on the other side, just push it. Okay, and that's it. Now what we want to do is stick it together. So I'm going to use some tape to stick mine together. I normally use wet glue, but when I'm filming I use tape because it's dry. You don't have to wait for it to dry. Right, so this is your back. So that one, this one, that one, and this one all need tape on them. Okay, that's your bottom one. The other 3 all need tape on them, which I threw out of the way. Okay, so I'm just going to put, you don't need a massive amount of tape either. I'm just going to put tape on all 3 of those. Okay, and check it from there. So it's opposite sides. So this one comes off first. The one you've pushed down has no tape on it, which means this one comes off first. Then it goes down, right, which is your back. This is the back bit, it goes down last, so this one is next. Okay, and you can see how neatly those squares just fit together. Now you can use less card and make your bottom less, shorter, but I like my bottom covered completely, so I totally. And then just use your bone folder to press it down, and that is your basic little box made. Okay, now we just need to do the insert and the decoration. So you need a 1 1/4 inch punch for your egg to sit on. Okay, or you could do it with a 1 1/4 inch die. That would, because this would fit through a machine, no problem, most machines. Right, this is going to be your top. This is going to fold in like this. Okay, so you need your hole in this bit. In the large right hand square, find where the 2 score lines meet in the corners, and the same in the other corner. and you mark it, and you do the opposite side. Find the corner, find the corner, and mark it. Simple as that. And you take your punch, you slide it in, and you centre it as best you can. Right, does that look straight to you? Right, I think that'll do me. Okay, we'll just go for it. And that's your little hole for your egg, right? Now we're going to cut this and glue it. So on, it's going to go like that, okay? And we are going to cut down this small square, small bottom right square. You're going to taper it. Cut down the square line and taper. Go to the middle small square and cut both lines and taper them. Go to your last small square, cut and taper, and the same on the other side. Small right hand square, cut and taper. Middle small square, cut both sides and taper. I had my beautiful 4-year-old grandson last night, and he stays overnight and he has to sleep with me, and I'm knackered. I never get no sleep because he's constantly moving and putting his feet on you and looking for juice, and oh my word. So he's gone home now, but I love him. I love him to bits. I'm so happy when he comes. And I needed the distraction because I am stressed. Right, we're going to glue it together now. We're going to do the bottom first. So start with the two middle squares, the two small middle squares. And you want to put glue on both of them, right? And you want to take them to the square. Take them back to the section with no hole. This is the bottom. You're going to glue the bottom bits first, okay? Glue them on there like that. Okay, and just hold them and then do the same two squares at the front. And all you're doing is making your box. And that, just hold them there like that. Okay. And then for the top section, you want to glue those two there again. Two small squares. Right. Take it down, slide it round, and bring it down as tight as you can get it. Okay, that's what you're going to do, as tight as you can get it, because it fits better that way. And you can also put a bit of glue in there if you want. Just squeeze it in, or you can put tape along that before you start. I'm not bothered. I just want it as tight as I can get it. And cross your fingers, your toes, your knees, and hope that it goes in. Like, it is tight. I made it. I specifically made it so that it is tight. So just, if you push half in and then push it down the other half, it fits perfectly. Okay, and then you put your egg in, and it sits there. It doesn't move. And you find a lovely little pig, whatever you did with them. These are what inspired me. I'm going to use this one. I bought a bag of these eggs and a packet of these from my local pie store. That's what inspired all the different coloured boxes. I'm making boxes to match the eggs and the pigs. Okay, right, and now for decoration. I used the sweet treat stamp, okay, and I'm going, this shape is from Petals and Pears. That's the side I didn't like. This is the side I'm going to use. Okay, both these are in the Petals and More Thinlits. And I'm going to glue one on top of the other. Okay. I glued it on the wrong side. This was the side I didn't like. Oh, it'll have to do now. It'll have to do now. I might take it all off when I'm over and done and change it, do it over again, but it'll do for now. And that's going to stick on there. Sweet treats. That's going to stick on there, you see. If you find a wee bit of foam, just stick a couple of bits of foam on, and that is going to be your sentiment. Right, we put it on last because I want to put this on here. Right, this is a 1 3/4 scallop punch that I've done in gold. And I've done it onto a cream 1 1/2 or 2-inch punch, 2-inch punch, sorry, yes, cream 2-inch punch. Alright, glue them together, put a bit of foam tape on the back, and that's going to go on there. Okay, and there's my little mermaid that I stamped and embossed in gold. And I'm going to put her on with some dimensionals, some mini dimensionals. So my bank account got hacked yesterday, and I spent all day all last night on the phone to the fraud team. And then today again, they re-registered my online banking. They changed my phone number. Oh my word. And I can't understand, I still don't understand how, because I'm so careful, it's unreal. And I don't open, I delete half the emails I get. If I don't recognise it, it just gets deleted automatically, but still they manage somehow. And I spent half the evening in tears. They transferred money from my savings account to my current account and everything. Oh my. But the fraud team, I'm living in Northern Ireland and I'm with the Ulster Bank, and their fraud team was amazing. They were the ones that flagged the purchases first and told me about them, otherwise I wouldn't have known. They sent me a message to say there were strange purchases. Right, this is where your other sentiment goes on. And when I said no, I didn't recognise them, they rang me. And got my the purchases refunded, my money transferred back, and my card stopped. But it's an awful feeling that somebody's stolen from you. Right, I'm looking for a couple of gems now. What will I use? I just want a couple of wee gold ones. I'm going going to use these. These are ones from the pound shop. There's my potato. So everything was from Stampin' Up except the peg and the gems. I did well. It's harder to get a gem off. I keep taking it off the top of the blinking glue. Mamma mia, it's just not my day, is it? When all else fails, go back to glue. And that's my little creation for today. I do hope you like it. I really hope you'll give me a thumbs up and come back for more. Tell your friends so that the more subscribers I get, the more I can do. Because I need to know that people like it. Otherwise there's no point in me doing it. If you don't like what I'm doing, there's no point in me doing it. Simple as. But anyway, that was today's project. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to know, please let me know. And I just wanted to show you this before I go. This is my first ever album that I've made, and yes, I have used Stampin' Up decorations, but the papers are not Stampin' Up, but the decorations are. And oh my word, I made my first album, and the pictures go on there. And I made this Anna Positively Papercraft. This is her. These are her dimensions. So they are, that I used. Only I added an extra set inside. She only had 6 pages, I have 8. And I could have gone up to 10, I think. But I wanted to leave room. So, there you go. I'm really proud of that. So, until the next time, Jackie overnight.